There's still all to play for at the halfway stage of an enthralling LV County Championship relegation shootout between Lancashire and Middlesex at Emirates Old Trafford, where the home side are in a decent position to sort out the bonus points they need to leave them needing a win to avoid relegation while sending their opponents down. The first hour of the second morning was going to be crucial for Lancashire, who didn't start well, with Paul Horton LBW to Tim Murtagh in the 7th over, with 12 runs on the board. With Middlesex dismissed for 214, the basic scenario for the home team was to get to 350 in 110 overs of their reply, or to 300 for the loss of fewer than 9 wickets. That would mean a difference of 3 bonus points on first innings, and so a victory would give Lancashire 19 points more than their visitors. That would see both end up on the same number of points with the same number of wins and losses, with Lancashire staying up because they would have ended up with 1 more point than Middlesex in the 2 games between the 2 teams this year. First, Lancashire had to get to at least 300, and Ashwell Prince and Lewis Rees, in spite of several playing and missing in the morning, took the total to 98 shortly after lunch, a score which would have had Middlesex feeling a little edgy. This moment then was a big one for them, as Rees on 45 edged Toby Rowland-Jones to Darby Milan, who would have been mightily relieved to hold on. Rowland-Jones then also saw the back of Prince for 48 before James Harris found a little bit of wobble to bowl Carl Brown for 13. In 8 overs, Lancashire had lost 3 wickets for 20 runs, and it was now the visiting team who would have felt confident. After all, any total of fewer than 350 for their hosts if bowled out in 110 overs would have meant First Division cricket for Middlesex next year, whatever the result. The partnership between Stephen Croft and Jos Buttler now became one of the most important for Lancashire for some while. They added 42, only for Buttler to be LBW to Ravi Patel for 23, to a delivery that straightened. The pitch was already taking some turn, which is why Chris Rogers took the risk of batting first. Patel was starting to give all of the batsmen some problems, and the appeals were coming readily off his bowling as the tension of this nail-biting contest was racked up a few notches. Croft worked really hard for his runs, battling for every one of them, as he and Luke Proctor, having an excellent game with both bat and ball, took their side into the lead with only half of their batsmen back in the pavilion. The 61 runs added by these two in 26 overs was so valuable for Lancashire, who were now getting on top. Within that partnership, Croft got to a 50 off 118 balls, an innings including 6 fours. This could yet to turn out to be one of his more important efforts with the bat. He may still have a role to play in this match with the ball as well. Middlesex had to make the most of the second new ball. Rowland-Jones, excellent throughout much of the day, had Croft strangled down the leg side on 60, although the batsman could hardly believe the decision and took an age to walk off. It was left to Glenn Chappell to stick it out with Proctor for the remaining 40 minutes of another thrilling day. As the shadows lengthened, an edge by Proctor fell just short of first slip, meaning that the all-rounder was still there at the end to take his team past 250 for a second batting bonus point and to give them 2 more than their opponents thus far. There are now just 14 more overs for bonus points to be scored, and if Lancashire can now get from 259 for 6 to 300 without losing 3 more wickets in that time, then they will have done enough to stay up if they go on to win this game, one which is still on a knife edge. Proctor will go again on 37 and Chappell on 21, and how they bat in the first hour of day 3 will mean a lot. They begin it 45 runs ahead.